Welcome to the Lucha Critics podcast. This is your host, Ken Stewart.
All right.
Welcome to the Lucha Critics podcast. On today's show, we're going to be talking about the best and the most memorable championships of all time in pro wrestling history. On today's show, we have Warren. Say what's up, Warren. This way.
Acknowledge me.
Okay. And over here, we got Josh. Say what's up, Josh.
What's up, everybody?
Hell yeah. And before we get into it, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a recap of let's talk about SmackDown. Because I saw a little bit of I didn't get to see SmackDown. I went and saw the highlights on YouTube because Hulu, for whatever reason, isn't putting up their damn episodes sooner than I need. So now I have to go on YouTube to just see the highlights. Anyways, one of the things that kind of popped up there is Roman Reigns getting his ass handed to him by new bloodline. And we saw Jacob Fatu return. And he was wearing the boot, so it was definitely an injury. I'm not sure who said maybe it was a work, but I thought honestly it was a work too. But yeah, surprise, surprise, he actually injured himself doing that splash onto Cody. But yeah, we also saw Mia Yim attack Queen Nia Jax, and that should be an interesting setup for that rivalry there. I'm glad that
also
what's up?
The musical number for Pretty Deadly.
I was trying to forget that. No, that was I felt like I don't know, waste of time, but maybe other people liked it.
There was also the interesting moment where Nia was like to Tiffany, like, bow down to me, and she didn't do it.
Ooh. I think I missed that part. Damn.
She's like, I will after the performance.
Also, we might be setting up a switcheroo, a little bit of she might take the title from her, which would be interesting. We also heard this news. I'm gonna be jumping all over the place, guys. But I also heard that Beth Phoenix is officially done with WWE, and there's big rumors, and most likely more than not that she's gonna be going to AEW with Edge Copeland over there. But that should be pretty cool.
I mean, it's not like she has been doing anything in WWE lately.
Yeah.
So it's not like a huge. I'm like, all right, good for her. Let her be with her husband. Let her do something. Isn't Edge still injured?
Edge is still injured. His foot is still fucked. Or his leg. I'm not sure if it was his foot or his leg, but yeah, he got himself pretty fucked.
Yeah, he broke his leg.
All right, so I have the matches here of yesterday. I did see a little bit of Carmelo Hayes. What happened?
I said we don't have to go through all of them. There wasn't.
I'll point out this one though, because this one I actually thought was like, okay, I kind of see why they're doing it. Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade. That was pretty. I saw a little bit of that. That was pretty good. They ended up giving
this rivalry.
Yeah, they kind of they give the win to Carmelo Hayes. And I was like, okay, I see what they're doing there. They're trying to build up a younger star, which is the way you're supposed to do it. But I wanted to see Andrade win.
Well, Andrade has 2 wins against him already, so.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm missing that part. Very well.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Naomi versus Davenport. Naomi won that one. Let me see. Kevin Owens, Grayson Waller. Kevin Owens won that one. Let's see. If you guys want to say anything about the matches, by all means.
Well, I mean, you're going through them pretty quickly, so I was like,
do you guys?
You're not stopping for breath, so I don't know.
Do you guys want to say
Um,
anything about Blair Davenport or maybe Carmelo Hayes
I
win?
no, I mean for me, I'd focus more on the Austin Theory. Uh, wow, what I always forget his
Grace
name.
Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller.
I don't know. Like it's only on this podcast. Every time I remember, but the second we come on this podcast, I'm like, what's his name? Um, it was Cody helping KO, which is a
Yeah.
weird like the champion and challenger are sort of helping each other. So interesting for Bash.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Kevin Owens' turn might be coming, and I honestly like more of a heel Kevin Owens than anything.
I
Yeah.
don't think I don't think that's gonna happen. I hear the rumors, which I also think makes more sense, is it's not gonna be KO who turns, it's gonna be Randy who turns. It's gonna I feel like he's gonna lose that Bash to Gunther, look at Cody and go like, you know what, that championship should be mine. And I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go after that and we'll get a heel Randy again.
That would be interesting. I didn't consider that at
Yeah.
all. Yeah, most likely Randy will lose that title shot and might go after Cody. That makes sense.
Yeah. Plus, Cody was part of the legacy with Randy Orton. That
True.
makes sense too.
True. That should be cool.
I could also see Cody losing to Randy and maybe having him free during War Games to help an old bloodline against a new bloodline.
I don't know. Is it bad that I don't want to see Randy with the championship? Like I'd rather not see him with the main title.
I wouldn't see him being a long champion.
Maybe
It'd be
like a
more of like
transitional.
maybe a couple weeks or not a couple weeks, a couple months, like after Survivor Series, maybe Royal Rumble loses
Yeah.
it.
Like it's weird. I not that he can't go anymore, but I kind of see him more like in the mid card range now. But might prove me wrong. He is like a legend in the game. I don't know. For some reason, I kind of see him like, even though he's not there, like age wise, but like it'd be like if they were to give the title to Ric Flair back when he was kind of towards the end of his rope.
Yeah.
I don't know why it feels like that, but who knows? He might put on a crazy show. Do you guys want to say anything about the Kevin Owens versus Grayson Waller? No.
It was a match.
It was
Yeah.
a match. It was DIY versus Street Profits, number one contender match for the titles. You saw the Street Profits win. Dope. Did you guys get to see that?
I saw highlights. It was a good match. They're going back and forth, tat for tat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't know who was going to win. I actually thought it was probably going to be DIY, so they get like a rematch on there for the championship. But I also like Street Profits winning. It's nice seeing them winning. They haven't won in a while. I don't think they're going to win the tag team titles. I think the Bloodline's still going to keep it, even though which two Bloodline members are going to fight, who knows? Even Wikipedia is like, it's one of these three. It just changes in between. I'm like, can you do that for a tag team division? Like,
The Bloodline.
listen, there's three of us, but two of us will always defend at the same time. Which two? We'll decide on the night.
Yeah, you'll feel.
I don't know. I don't know because I don't even remember for AEW. What's his name? Not Jay White. He went in for Jay White, but they're like, no, you can't defend the belts without the original three, basically.
Juice Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juice. Yeah. So I don't know if WWE is gonna do the same thing.
I'm not sure. Like that's a good question. They probably most likely are. I mean, they do have that. I mean, that is where the free bird rules comes from the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I most likely that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna have Tongaloa and Tama Tonga be the champions for Bloodline.
Yeah.
That should be interesting.
So where was Tongaloa this week? He
Yeah,
wasn't
I
there.
know.
He wasn't there at
Was
all.
he getting eye surgery?
No, probably getting LASIK in his eye.
That is hilarious. Let me see here. Oh shit, I haven't even seen Let Man, I am way behind. AEW, I miss. I'm not gonna even mention well, Dynamite because I definitely want to see Dynamite. Uh,
Mm.
yeah. The matches were gonna be the Tag Team Championship, AEW Tag Team Champions for Young Bucks versus the Acclaimed. Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida for the Women's TBS Championship. We were gonna see Swerve Strickland versus Wheeler Yuta, Hangman Page versus Jay Lethal, and a triple threat of fucking Kyle O'Reilly, Roger Strong, and Orange Cassidy. Yeah, I fucked up. I've been busy this week. But I definitely want to see those matches. Did you guys get to see any of that stuff on AEW
I just saw highlights, but then also they announced AEW All in next year in July
in
in
Texas?
Texas.
Yeah, dude, I saw that. I had to go uh on their social media to make sure that that's what was
Hmm.
happening because I was like, get the fuck out of here. They're really going for
Yeah,
Texas.
and then we're
It's,
doing it like a month early too.
yeah. That should be interesting. I I wish I had fuck you money to go to Texas and enjoy that awesome experience. But yeah, good on Texas for getting that. But yeah, that's
Plus,
what's up.
it makes sense because you know how last year he did all in 1 week and all out the following week. It doesn't give storylines to breathe. Now it does.
Yeah, yeah, no, that I think they may have like moved all in and all out this year so it wouldn't feel
Yeah,
like that. But that was one of the things where I was like, man, I just paid for a pay per view. I don't want to pay for another
yeah,
one.
yeah.
So yeah, like I'm glad that they decided to do that. Um, but yeah, I think that's it for the recap that I want to do. Unless there's anything I'm missing that popped out during this week in wrestling.
Oh, NXT.
Oh, please tell me what happened in NXT.
So NXT, Joe Henry came out to confront Ethan Page and try to challenge him for the belt, but it's going to turn out to be a triple threat match next week with Pete Dunne, Wesley, and Joe Henry.
Damn.
Winner faces Ethan Page, and they're doing a women's gauntlet match for Roxy's title ship, but for No Mercy also.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then
It's starting pretty good.
Regal's son won the Heritage Cup.
Okay, I know what the Heritage Cup is.
Yeah,
That's a interesting way that they're treating a cup like a trophy. It's like a
yeah.
championship. You just have to fucking carry it around too. It's
Hmm.
interesting to see it every time I go up on NXT and I check it out from time to time. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and there's new tag team champions.
Oh, who was the new tag
Chase
team?
U, Chase U won the
Oh,
belts. Yeah,
okay. Chase you. That's what's up.
yeah.
Good on
They
them.
beat Nathan, and I forgot the other guy's name is. And then the best match of the night was the North American champion versus Otis.
Oh shit. Otis, huh?
Yep, Otis went all out in that match.
Okay, I have to fucking look at that. I'm gonna have to look at the
Hmm.
highlights on that one. It sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
Fucking notice,
it was
man.
like
That's what's up.
big beefy match. Yep.
But
And
yeah,
then
what's up? What else happened?
in TNA, I don't know if you saw the video I sent that one of NXT's during the X Division match.
No, I don't think I got to see it yet.
I forgot his name, but yeah, in the NXT, one of the NXT wrestlers won the match in TNA to be inside the X Division Championship match.
Oh damn!
Hmm.
Talk about cross promotion. I'm glad, man.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of younger stars in there that would excel in the X division.
Yeah.
So it'd be really cool to see. I would even fucking love to see the North American Championship go up against the X Division Championship.
That'd be good.
That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the main event of the evening. We are talking about championship belts. Now, championship belts from all of the organizations. We're talking about Lucha Underground, New Japan. They all have amazing, unique looking titles, but there are those that kind of stand out and just leave I guess the history books with their own imprint that you'll always remember, that always sticks to your mind when you think about wrestling, you think about these championships. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So I will start today, and I'll move into. Let me just pull it up over here. The Lucha Underground Championship belt. Specifically, there's two that I will be talking about for Lucha Underground. And it was the regular. Let me pull it up. This one right here. The regular Lucha Underground Championship, and it was unique in the sense that you can get a title shot, yeah, but you could also get an official automatic title shot if you captured the Gift of the Gods Championship. And the Gift of the Gods, yeah, the Gift of the Gods Championship would be determined in a tournament style type of thing, and you'd basically give up your title, the Gift of the Gods title shot, to get your title shot for the main Lucha Underground Championship. Now, TNA does this too with their X division. That I think that started like a couple years back. I think it was with Petey Williams that had to like basically act it up with his own. No, Austin Aries. I think it was Austin Aries was the one who came up with the third option, where he basically gave up his X Division championship to go after the main championship. But basically, this is where it started with that whole concept. But yeah, these two awesome championships are ones that, to me, stand out. And when you remember Lucha Underground, you remember these championships. We'll go down the line right here. Warren, what is your championship belt that you want to present today?
Yeah, I don't know too much about the luchador belts. I mean, they're cool, but one of them, the other one that you showed me, reminded me of my first choice, and it was the first belt I actually wanted to buy as like a kid when I first started watching wrestling, and that was the Stone Cold version of the WWE Championship, the skulls.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, this one is iconic as fuck.
I think I probably had the toy Walmart version, like the very cheap one, as a kid.
Yeah, this championship, I for whatever reason thought it was just a toy that you could buy, and it wasn't an actual championship that was used in WWE. Like I don't know why I don't remember him having this belt on him. But I must have not been watching wrestling around that time. But I do remember Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was one of my favorite wrestlers. But for whatever reason, I don't remember this championship. I feel like I'm living in a Mandela effect. But yeah, it's awesome. It's an awesome championship. Josh, do you have any words about this championship?
Yeah, like you're saying, I remember he had a championship, but I remember how it looked like.
Right. It feels like Warren. Did he use this for like a week?
No, I think he had it. I was like also looking at it, like other people held this title technically. I think either maybe Undertaker and Mankind also technically had this version. I mean, it was probably for like a night or something like that, and then Austin got it back. I remember it being in the 64 video games, like as a belt option as well. You can put on custom characters or just any champion you want. Like, here's the Stone Cold belt. It's another belt that's out.
Yeah.
The belt. I don't know. But
Yeah.
It looked cool.
It definitely looked cool.
Yeah.
These are more of the championships that I remember. The old school
Yeah.
wing with the world there. Those are the ones I remember from that time. But yeah, definitely awesome, iconic championship that is the Stone Cold Championship. Josh, what is your championship that you want to present today?
So I was a tie between two, but I chose his WWE champion, which would be the John Cena spinner belt.
The spinner, iconic spinner belt. Now
That was on my list.
there was a couple of things I hated about this belt. Now I will say that that's a pretty shitty one. Let me get a better looking one.
I also liked Mrs. version, which was just the upside down.
Yeah.
Also, it's the
Um,
only belt that you can have fun with while you have it. You just spin
Mhm.
it while you're.
it's definitely of its
Other-
time. Like I felt like they were one second. It was I don't know if the best way to put it is they were trying to grab people's attention,
It
but
worked.
it worked.
Mhm.
I was like, why the spin? If it's
It's
it
cool.
was of its time.
Well, it
um,
made sense because Cena was like a rapper wrestler at the time before he went to Chain Gang and all that.
true. And he was it was I think it was during that transition where he was less dropping the heel aspect of what he
Yeah.
was trying to do and accepting the people's like love for him. Um,
Hmm.
but damn, dude, that's wild. From 2005 to 20, it stayed active for 10 years, huh?
Yeah, no, it
Hmm.
was there for a while. A lot of people had it.
Yep.
Like I said, there was other versions of it.
The rated
Yeah.
X one.
Yeah.
The
Only really worked
there
for
it
Edge
is.
though.
Yeah.
Um, it was fucked up. I think there were. I think we've all seen that YouTube or YouTube Short or Instagram Reel, whatever, TikTok. But it's basically Edge talking about he finally gets the title and they're gonna customize it for him. And he comes up with different schematics and different versions of how it could look. And then they present this shit to him and he's like, oh. Because he thought he was gonna get his custom just like Stone Cold, just like
Yeah.
Cena.
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
loved to seen that version because he actually shows it, and man, that would have been cool. It would have been a throwback looking type of belt, but unfortunately we got this guy here, which also
Hmm.
spin, definitely also
Yep.
spin. Um, but yeah, anything you guys wanna add before we move on?
Not necessarily. I mean, it was
Yes.
supposed to be annoying at first, but then
It became
just
iconic.
it grew. Yeah.
I agree. It's definitely iconic. It's just not one of my favorite championships there. I will go ahead and choose the next one, which is the TNA X Division belt. Specifically, the new one. The new one is really fucking cool. Now this is the classic old school. No, actually, I think hold on. This is the classic old school NWA TNA X Division Championship. Um, it has had different variations to it. I remember this one here. This one was a very iconic run too. Um, when they moved over to Impact and they started
Hmm.
using this one's definitely cool. I really like the design. But then they brought back this was during that time when they had Hulk Hogan um,
Mm.
in there. This is awesome too. But this new one, I don't know why, but it is looking amazing. I like the throwback feel to it. It feels like a championship belt. Um, but yeah, I really like this new design that they came up with. Um, anything guys want to say about the X Division championship?
I don't know too much about it. It looks pretty cool.
Essentially it was for the it was like the cruiserweight slash hardcore type of high flying championship is the best way to put it. um
Yeah, yeah. I
they
I know of the division. Yeah.
they would do ultimate X matches. I'm not sure if you ever seen one of those.
Is that one like the belts in the
That
center
Yeah.
and there's like a little X? It
yeah,
looks you have
Yeah.
to like climb it. It's very
definitely
unique.
crazy unique matches that they pulled off with this championship. And like I said earlier, it was they gave it even more of an importance by having the third option be there, where you get the main championship title shot if you give up the X division after you've
Um,
successfully defended it.
quick question. I'm looking
Yeah,
at the design. Like I like the red. Like it helps distinguish. Like a lot of issues with belts is like they all just look the same.
Yeah.
Like you can't tell the difference between like a lot of like that was honestly sort of the issue with WWE right now with all their championship belts. Like they all look the same.
Right.
The women's division, like I'm glad they went away from the color division, but is it supposed to be like mustache on the bottom where it says champion?
No, but that is
Because it
awesome.
looks
I just noticed it right now.
That is an awesome observation, and I cannot unsee it. That is awesome.
yeah,
They
it's like the Pringles edition of champion.
it really does look like a mustache. I like it even more. Hell yeah. Josh, anything you want to add?
The only thing I know about the X Division belt is the one I saw back like in early 2004, 2006, around that era when TNA first started. But the design looks a little better, more gives more update.
Yeah, I for some reason I don't know why I want to say that it looks like a fusion of a Ring of Honor type of belt with the TNA belt. But yeah, I really like this design. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Warren, what do you have for us next?
I guess I'm gonna stick with the same era I had for my last pick, Attitude Era. These were another championship that I actually bought as a kid. I always loved them, and they were the classic tag team titles that like New Age Outlaws would have, the Dudleys, the Hardy Boys, like just the classic look of the tag team titles. I remember this is a personal story. I remember one time me and my friend were like in a Walmart and I was like buying stuff. He's like, "Yo, we're out of high school, by the way, so we're adults." He's like, "Yo, let's go get tag team titles," and we both bought one each. It was like, we'll just be around, we'll tag team champions. He buys it, just the belt, doesn't say anything. I buy it. I'm next in line with other stuff, and she's like, "Aren't you a little old for championships?" I'm like, "What the hell?"
I'm
like,
still
why
a
am I
champion,
specifically
lady.
attacked, but my friend is fine?
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
You should spit in her face, with an apple, and be like, I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
But no, I remember having always these belts. I always liked the tag team. I was always a fan of the tag team divisions as well. Like all my favorite wrestlers were like New Age Outlaws, Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian. So like
Definitely,
that was always the belt I cared the most. Yeah.
Yeah, all these. When I see this belt, I definitely think about these three teams right here. They basically carried the tag team division of pro wrestling in general. They brought it to heights. I don't think. I mean, it kind of mirrors a few different eras, but it was the hottest it's ever been when it was these three teams right here going at it. But yeah. Anything you want to add, Josh?
No, those are memorable belts. Like it gave the tag teams spotlight because everybody were gunning for those belts. Because the Hardys have them, everybody wants to go after them. Education has them, everybody wants to go after them. Same with the Dudleys, and because of those belts, they created TLC.
Yeah, because of the belts, they created fucking TLC. Good point there. Josh, let's go ahead and move on to your selection of the day. Your next selection.
So, I like the Intercontinental belt, but the one I'm going to choose is the Attitude Era one.
Attitude Era Intercontinental Championship belt. Definitely iconic. So many people have held this championship. This was I think you mentioned earlier when I was asking you about your choices, but it is I remember, I think you said it was Eddie Guerrero and RVD going after this Intercontinental Championship. Fucking Kurt Angle. Did it Kurt Angle?
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah, China.
Fucking China held this title. Jeff Jarrett held this title. No, this title is very iconic indeed. Definitely a good choice there.
The Triple H versus Rock ladder match, SummerSlam.
Yep.
Was that one? Oh, wow.
Our last episode. Yep.
That's interesting. They both were going after this title here.
Although I like I like the white belt version. I just saw that one. I don't know why. Like normally this would be my favorite. I think it would be because
Yeah.
I'm a huge Attitude Era kid. But like I don't. I just like that white design belt.
Mhm.
I don't remember
When I go,
if this is correct or not, but I think it was Cody Rhodes that brought back the white strap. Um, with this one, I believe.
though I don't like the design of that belt. I like the old school design with the
Yeah.
white belt. Yeah.
This one right here.
I also think like I remember not liking the IC belt before whatever the current version is. Like when I saw the new version of the IC belt, I'm like, all right, at least it looks better now.
Um, yeah, this is the current version, which I am not a fan of.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
they introduced this one, I was like, well, why?
Where's the
Looks
color?
there's no color to it. It's bland. I was like, oh,
Mistaken
okay.
for the world heavyweight.
It looks like the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Which I have a feeling this title influenced a lot on how that title was going to look. In particular, that big ass fucking W in the middle of the New World's
Yeah.
title. Yeah, we'll talk about. But we'll have to make a episode about the worst designs because there's a couple of them out there.
I don't think we already talked about.
But yeah, let's go ahead and do you guys have anything else you want to say about this Intercontinental Championship?
Just they created like good matches, like with different wrestlers.
Yeah, definitely has that lineage and pedigree to it. Warren, anything you wanted to add?
No, I mean it was just another one of the belts I actually had as a kid,
Nice.
growing up. I remember it was like the Intercontinental tag team titles and the Flaming Skull.
Nice. Let's go ahead and go to my last choice of the evening, and it is the ECW Championship belt. Now, this you want to talk about iconic belts, belts that when you look at it, you just it goes and gives you like a big old rush of different memories of different matches. RVD versus Sabu, the Sabu versus Taz, fucking Tommy Dreamer. Like the list goes on and on. This championship has been held by a couple different people, and then when it came to the WWE, it turned into this shit. And I hated it. Oh yeah, this right here. This WWE ECW.
No color.
No color, bland, silver
But
at that.
That championship was after RVD lost the belt, right?
Yeah, that was
so Bobby Lashley won the belt. Yeah.
Yeah. Disgusting. I remember this belt here. This is the belt that started a big old revolution in pro wrestling that changed a lot of what pro wrestling is today because of what ECW was able to bring. They brought high flyers into the social zeitgeist of wrestling. They brought hardcore wrestling into the social whatever the fuck into wrestling. Because of ECW, we have AEW, TNA, and yeah, that's what it is. You guys have anything you guys want to say about the ECW championship?
No.
Cool.
I mean, I definitely prefer the old design over that new design.
Agreed. There's hold on, where there is a classic one. This is the classic one. When they barely started. Then when they took over, there's different television fucking championship. But yeah, definitely an iconic. You saw fucking homeboy here. Iconic championships. But yeah, let's go ahead and go to your last choice, Warren.
Yeah. It was hard for me to choose my last choice because there's some good choices, there's some meh choices. I didn't want to stay in the Attitude Era for all of them, but screw it. Here we are, and I'm gonna go with the Hardcore Championship, which is you think is supposed to be an ugly belt, but I don't know. I just love it. It's just a destroyed belt that they gave to Mick Foley as a joke, and then it became its huge thing. It became one of the better belts to see who has it, especially when the 24-hour rule was added,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
like people just loved it, even though it was the worst shitty belt ever. It was about
iconic,
to fall apart. Yeah,
iconic as fuck. I have to agree with you. It's one of these. It's shitty. It is shitty. But god damn it, people put their bodies on the line for this title.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I remember this right here when RVD captured the hardcore title. I was excited for that
Yeah.
during that time. I don't remember King winning the championship. That's
I mean,
hilarious.
it could have been for a little
Or
amount
like
of
a
time.
day.
Everyone had the championship at
True.
some point because
Yeah.
That is
like
true.
Boss
Didn't
Man had the champion.
didn't Jacqueline win the championship too,
She did.
or was it
Who?
or Jacqueline?
Oh, I'm sure, especially
Yeah.
with the 24-hour rule. Like I could see it. They tried to bring it back with the 24/7 championship, but it
Yeah.
just wasn't the same.
No, they if they were to bring it back, they need to bring back the actual hardcore shit.
Yeah.
But
I remember when Molly Holly beat Clash for the belt in the back. That made me laugh. I just remember that right now.
Oh, there was
Oh,
also
yeah.
the WrestleMania. Like, there's 15 minutes, and whoever has the belt at the end is
Oh,
like the
yeah.
winner, and it just changed over and over. Like, who's gonna win it?
that I
The person I
remember
want
that.
has it now. Yeah.
Isn't that the one where Crash hit I think Hardcore Holly with the jar in the face to win it?
I think so. I remember Crash
Yeah.
eventually getting it because I think he started with
Oh,
it and he
yeah, there's
ended
the
it with
picture.
it. Yeah.
Dude. Wow. Yeah, this is bringing back memories. Yeah, fucking Big Show had it. There goes Mick Foley with the championship right here. I don't remember what that whole situation was about, but it looks like he was going against. What's up?
I think that was like when he first had the belt. Like Vince was like, "Here you go." Like I think Vince was in a wheelchair at the time for
Oh my
some
God.
story reason, and he's like, "Here you go." And Mick Foley was like, "Oh, I love it. I'm gonna cherish it forever." And he started wearing a suit, and I think that was the whole thing. But they were just laughing at him behind his back.
Oh my
They're
God.
like, telling Shamrock like, "Yeah, destroy him. Just destroy him." Oh, there it is. There's the picture.
Bruh. What a fucking time. But yeah, I remember Crash Hardcore Holly. I think I'm pretty sure he did win it, but fucking Hurricane Helms won that shit when he was the Hurricane. Yeah, crazy times with this championship belt. Josh, anything you want to add before we move on?
So it had like the craziest matches ever made.
Yeah, definitely crazy matches they were made. I have a feeling this was like a championship that they were trying to compete with ECW during the time. But yeah, definitely awesome matches that it provided.
I mean, I'm sure it was originally a joke at ECW, but then it's like, oh wait, this
it's actually getting it.
turning out to be a good thing.
Yep.
But
All right, Josh, what do you have for us next?
Okay. It's a iconic WCW belt. It was like Stick It to the Man, the NWO belt.
The NWO belt. Very the iconic World's Championship belt from WCW, just defaced with the NWO on there. From what I remember, when I remember watching the what is it? It was like a clip from the Who Killed WCW, maybe. And they were basically showing all the different iterations that they were going to try to do with the championship belt. They were going to actually make an NWO World Championship. But I think they ended up just sticking to the simple fucking spray paint on the World Championship. Yeah. But it would have been interesting to have seen like NWO World Championship belt. Especially the way that they were had the samples on there. It would have been interesting to see. Warren, anything you want to add about this championship belt?
I mean, I was thinking about choosing like the original belt as well. That's also been a very iconic, even like to this day. But no, I also saw the NWO one. I was like thinking like maybe this will be one of my choices. And I saw Josh put it on his list, so I'm like, all right. Uh, yeah, like who doesn't love like I always say like Attitude Era is when I started watching wrestling, but truthfully, the NWO like whole WCW versus NWO video game is actually what got me into wrestling all
Yeah.
those years ago. And the whole Hulk Hogan as champion, which was great then. Now it's like,
No, agreed. Dude has he's an icon at the end of the day, and I can never really take away that stuff. But at the same time, he's a piece of shit. So yeah, it's another Logan Paul situation where it's like,
yeah,
you know what, I'll give you your props here. You're a great wrestler, but at the end of the day, you're still a pretty shitty person. Um, but yeah, great addition there, Josh. Definitely an iconic belt with an iconic time. Um, it's a better uh look at what could have been there. Um, but yeah, definitely awesome times. Let me switch on back to the browser. Bam. But yeah, other championships that I just want to throw out there that I didn't get a chance to really talk about on this episode. One in particular that a lot of people kind of hate, and I don't know if I hate it or I like it. I'm just kind of indifferent. But it's the what the fuck is it called? New Japan's new championship. It's the one that kind of looks like a Power Ranger, like
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah,
I seen the picture of it. Yeah.
yeah. That one I don't know if I like it or if I don't like it. It's just different, and it feels like it's meant to be on an action figure.
Mhm.
Is there any ones that you guys didn't really get to talk about that kind of pop in your head right now?
Well, for me, it's the tag team championships, but from WrestleMania 20, like the Raw and the SmackDown, they both have their different sets of belts. I like the designs of those because they're old school. And you had like APA champions in SmackDown. You had Edge and Christian, also Christian and Jericho as tag team champions, Super Raw.
I They kind of did that. They kind of brought that back in our current tag team championships, where they have like that old school feel to it, and
yeah,
I actually like that they brought the back because it feels like one's from one era. Like the SmackDown tag team championships are from one era tag team, and the Raw tag team championships are from a different era too. I really like that whoever decided to do it that way, fucking brilliant idea when it came to that. Um, yeah, definitely love the direction that they're going with, and I really hope that they bring like a mid card title to the women's division like they did in NXT. I hope that
Yeah.
they're kind of testing things out with that one, but I feel like they have enough talent for a mid card title for the women's division.
I do like sticking with the women's division. One, the original, well, maybe not the original, but the Attitude Era Women's Championship belt.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
remember seeing that recently. Like, oh yeah, I forgot about that belt. I'm like, that was pretty cool. And the current Raw Women's Championship belt, after the whole, it's just colored version, like a different look. It still looks very similar to the Raw Men's Championship, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know, I like the women's one slightly better than the men's one. And also women's NXT championship's pretty good too, with the giant X right in the middle.
Yeah.
I've noticed, like, I looked at that, I'm like, those are cool, pretty nice belts.
The X Division belt, the NXT belt that I keep forgetting about. That one had a unique design and iconic. The original one, the one that the NX, big old X on it.
Yeah.
It was like a big old X. Very, I like that one. It was unique when it came out, and I was like, okay, I see where they're going with this one. They kind of still have that somewhat design on it where it's kind of like the main feature is the X part.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome championship. But yeah, I want to thank Josh. I want to thank Warren for being on the show. Josh, where can they find you?
Instagram at Sith_Josh_818.
Hell yeah. And Warren, where can they find you?
I'm on Twitch with this name Twostone TU_STEUND, where I normally go Monday through Fridays 2 to 5 Pacific time. And then I'm also on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. No,
TikTok?
which one? TikTok. I'm like, it's a T one. I'm like, it's another T one. Which one is it? Under the same name. So
Hell yeah. Be sure to follow us, leave us a comment, and give us a like, and subscribe to all of our socials and different platforms. Be good to yourself and others. Tune in next week, and bye. See you guys later. Bye.
Be sure to follow me on all the social platforms at NSIRIP. And you can also email the show at notsointellectualpod@gmail.com. See you next time.